Hello guys, welcome back to a new video of Dania. Um, Today's video, guys, I am making or starting on the GCI coaster station. Which Combat made for me, it's pretty awesome layout if I have to say it myself. Unfortunately, the park is so crazy now that I can't even ride it, unfortunately, like with a good frame rate. So it has to be when I do the cinematic POV and all that stuff, guys. You will get it. So, first of all, the video is a little bit fast, or the speed is, because I started building this. I built all this in one day. It was like a 8-hour build in Dania. Cause I felt like that every time I kind of like ended off a section, I feel like it wasn't enough to say, okay, let's say this is part one. So I kept on adding and adding until I was like, okay, here we can end now. So I've said in a lot of the videos that my goal with this station here was to make it some sort of heavily inspired, I must say, by Woden's station in Europa Park, which is, I thought it was such an awesome station when I was there, and I felt like that it would work super cool here in Dania as well. So I made one heavily inspired by it, took kind of like the same levels it has and the roof and all that stuff, and it actually came out quite good, if I have to say it myself. Unfortunately, I couldn't go with like the same cues and all that that Wodan has, and it isn't a recreation, so it's mainly just heavily inspired by it. So I felt like I could add a little bit of my own things, which I will also do in the next video, because as I said, this was an 8-hour run, and afterwards when I finished it, I was like, should I just continue and see how far I can get with this? But I had just been building so much. I felt like, and this roof here was tedious. It wasn't super easy, even though it was just with the planks. But I felt like that to make it more easier for me, I had to go with the planks, because I felt like if I had to use wood brackets, then this would just be so many pieces even more than what it is now. I think how it stands when it's done, I think it's about 2,900 pieces or so. So it's not even 4K yet. But it will probably get up there, since I'm not doing any interior of the station. I got ideas for what I want, and I also got like the surroundings, and so everything is in function, or is in motion. But I just felt like now that I needed to step down a little bit and make some cinematics of it instead of building and then go in and record it and stuff. Because as I said, if I didn't look at the time at that point, I would probably just have kept on building, and then I was like, then I had to cut down the video to 2, and then I didn't have cinematics, and so it became this sort of little long video again as the last video. But I kind of feel like that this last things I'm doing here in Dania is actually quite I feel like every time I open up Dania, I achieve something that is good for it, you know, something that was needed in the park. Instead of just going in, you know, turn the camera around, what should I do? And because I've done that so many times, but I kind of now feel like that I'm in that groove again now, that I can just jump left and right, back and forth to all these sort of sections I have in Dania, and actually keep on building, and that's kind of like what gets me going. So you saw in the last video that I worked a little bit on the miniature city, and if you haven't seen that yet, I'll suggest you should go watch it, because it's a nice little episode where I'm doing some stuff in the Legoland area, which I haven't been at in 6 months or so. So I was quite happy that I actually achieved to do something in that particular area again, and it actually came out quite cool too. So yeah, guys, if you haven't seen that one, I would suggest you go watch it, because yeah, then you also are with me on what I'm talking about when I talk about all this stuff. So, but I know for a fact that next video of Dania will also be this building where I'm finishing off the station, detailing it. Probably focus a little bit more on the interior, because as I said, now I just wanted the exterior. I kind of wanted like the base of the station itself. Because as I've said to you guys many times, I kind of work like that I want to build something first before I actually start the detailing, because then I can kind of like get the image on where I want stuff and all that. And also it kind of makes sense, because then you kind of like know which way to go, compared to like if I build this, but you haven't really thought about, if you add this wall here, what can it be? Should it just be a wall? Should there be a window? You know, all these sort of things. And there are some of these walls I do where I just close it off, and then there is some I do with a little arch I do from the wood brackets, which you probably already have seen. I've done them a few times before, but I really like these ones I'm doing in this one. So everything actually on this build is custom made, because that's the way to go when you want something your way. Then you can't, the grid pieces just don't work for that. If you want like to just freely move the pieces wherever you want and have that yeah, just that free will of non-grids, and move them curved, crooked, whatever you want, then you can do that. And I really like that. So that's why I'm keeping on building with these sort of pieces when I build the Viking stuff, because I like that I can make variation in the build, even though I use the planks here and all. So that's also kind of like what makes me going all the time, to do it like this. And I know that I said that the build itself will not be finished, and the roof will also get some more love next video, because as I said, it was a quick template of everything here, and kind of like just to see how it all will look. And I did have the Woden in mind a lot of the time, and I kind of look a little bit on the picture on it too, and kind of like got some ideas, and as you guys can see, it has a lot of relations to it. There's just a little bit of things I moved a little bit, but it actually, I can definitely see the relations to it, and I'm super happy that I actually got it looking like this. There's not really a lot of stuff I'm doing in this video than making this station, guys. And as I say, I do add some different stuff, and I also always go back, as you guys know too. Maybe I sometimes delete stuff that I thought was nice, but then I add some more stuff, and I was like, nah, that doesn't look too good. So that's kind of like the way I felt like going here. Here I am adding that arch I said. I was thinking, as I say again, with the non-grid pieces, and these brackets here are just one of the best pieces to use if you want to make sort of these archways or even roofs or whatnot, because they really give you that free space to just move them whatever you want. And as you can see here, I made this nice little arch here, which I'm gonna use some more planks on, so they closed up the top, and then you have these sort of arches have like being windows or so, like openings to the station itself, which I'm quite happy how they turn out. And as I say, Woden station has also this sort of, but it's more polished. It's more like straight, more straight lines and stuff. So as I said, I went with my own little touches here and there, and that kind of like what got me going with this build. And as you can see, as soon as I kind of like get it closed on top, it does look way cooler. And the more I did add, the more I kind of like got ideas for what I could add to it. And at some point, I kind of like got away from that it was actually Woden I had as inspiration, because all of a sudden it just clicked, and I just start adding my own sort of detailing and stuff. And I also have so many ideas for the interior of the station itself. So, and as I say, yeah, the speed on this video might be a little bit faster than usual, guys, but I had to, so it wouldn't end up to be a 50-minute video of me just placing planks and planks here. So I felt like I would spare you guys a little bit of that. And so yeah, but I'm not focusing on the exit or the queue line itself, mainly just here at the station part, not really the queue line you see on the left of the station. But that will be for next video as well. All this stuff you might think, oh, doesn't it need stuff here and here? That's all stuff for next video, guys. So no worries. But I will give you guys some tunes here, and I will get back to you guys at the end of the video. So hope you enjoyed, guys. Bye. Alright, guys, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the songs. You see me do a little bit of stuff to the station here, and you have all seen it come very well together here at the end, where I have managed to build the last section, or like for on this video, because I will probably add the last little section too that there also are on the Woden station, but I'm not quite sure yet. But I will probably try and see how it would look with one more extra little thing to extend it on the top to give it more layers. And if it doesn't look super well, then I'll just cut the idea and try work something different out. You also saw me do the banner. There's usually not a banner on the Woden itself, and as I say, it's not a recreation or anything. It's mainly just me taking a lot of inspiration from that station itself, and kind of like just adding it to Dania with my own touches here and there. And I think the banner is super cool, and I will probably have a few more of those around here, the queue line, on the coaster itself, maybe even on the river rapids, trying to make these banners mix well together with the entire area here. I'm adding the last segments here too, last roofs here on the left and on the right side. Here is the one that where they come into the station, so I feel like making this a little bit more straighten, or straight, that's how you say it, yeah. And then just trying to make it look nice. And as I say, this is a template. I will go in next time and trying to add all these planks, give them a little bit of texture, move them around, and yeah, as you can see, I'm doing here a little bit, but just a little better polish, because the left side here didn't get so much love as the side we're looking at now, which make a lot of sense. I also do end up changing the path here a little bit, since these two supports to the roof hits the queue here, so I did some stuff, but I'll do that off camera. It's nothing super important anyways. But I did find out that some places on each side it wasn't super straight, because apparently I thought they were aligned, but I got it to work. It doesn't look super off or anything, so I'm quite happy with it. And I will eventually add some more Viking stuff, some shields too, and some dragons even, I think, on the edges of each roof, as you know, the ones that I use for the edges to kind of like trim it off, and just trying to make it look pretty now, because right now it just kind of look a little bit boxy without all the detailing that I'm gonna add. So I'm looking really forward to that. I'm looking forward to make this blueprint come alive with all this sort of clutter and ropes and whatnot I can add to this. Here I'm adding the last little roof piece here. You also see it on the Woden itself that it has a little bit longer extension here on the roof. And I thought it would kind of cool actually to have it a little bit closer to the station here as well. I feel like that the station here, the way it's placed and with the roof and stuff, everything kind of works well together without it even being planned, if you kind of like know what I mean. So I'm 100% sure that this area is gonna look super dope when I'm done with it. And as I say, I'm focusing right now on the station, especially this area around the station. Also the exit, I will make this area nice, so I don't need to go back to it. Also the interior. And then afterwards I can start focusing on the river rapids a little bit more and trying to add some stuff to the ride itself that are not so visible from outside of the coaster, only on ride. So there's also a little bit of more stuff. And as you guys also can see, I did recolor the coaster. It was usually white, but I felt like a more darker brownish color way better, and it is. It feels like it goes way better with the surroundings, with the buildings, and the white was just too much, you know. So I'm quite happy that I ended up recoloring the coaster. and then it will also fit way better with all the wooden structures and whatnot I'm gonna place all the way around. But I think that this station might end up being one of the best stations I have built. Not right now as it stands, but when it's done, I will probably do what I can to add that little extra thing. And I might also do slight adjustments to the roof. Just have it a little bit, tilting, like how you say, like I did on the Hunter's Market shop, where the roof were also a little bit tilt as well there. So this was basically just the base start of the station here, guys. I felt like that if I went in and did all this, then I was kind of prepared, and I had this sort of image on how the station would look. And I must say, this station, the way it peaks above all the other Viking stuff, and just you see it from the back, I really think that this was a great addition to the Viking area, and I do not regret it at all, even though it's gonna be a little bit of more pieces. But I must say that sometimes the ideas in your head are just ideas, and then you make them, and then it's like, But in this case, I was really happy that I went with the Woden inspired coaster station here, because I felt like it has such a nice addition, and then I can even now add a little bit of more stuff around it that has kind of like the same style with the shop as you saw me place a few episodes ago, which I haven't done anything yet, which will probably have something of the same styles as this building here. Of course, quite smaller. But yeah, so all in all, I'm super happy about the station so far. And I would love to hear what you guys think of the station, and also just what you think of the area so far. I have some cinematics in the end where you guys can see a little bit of everything. I haven't really done so many things after the Ghostbusters pack, to be honest. I got stuck in the scenario ones and just can't get through it. But I went back into some of the parks and got a little bit of steam off in here and build some more stuff, so that's always something. For now, I'm mainly just closing in the station with all these planks here, and I actually feel like that the color red, as there are the Woden station, actually fits okay. I didn't know if I should go with another color scheme, but I did go with the red and then took a little bit of the orange, but then that was basically it, and then I'm just gonna add a few more things to it, maybe a little bit of darker colors. And as you can see, I did end up also making those poles, supports, that has this sort of trim, so it actually feels like that they are engraved into the wood or so. But anyways, guys, I know I didn't talk so much today, but anyways, I hope you enjoyed the music nevertheless. And give the video a like, guys, if you think it deserves it. It means a lot to me when you do. And I hope, as always, guys, that you have an amazing day. And I will see you in my next video of Dania. So take care, guys. Enjoy the cinematics. Bye-bye.